Karametra, God of Harvests, versus another enchantment commander, Bruna, Light of Alabaster. I don't like that hand, so we're going to have to knock it back. Well, we can at least get into an Aura Shard. And yeah, we'll just have to try and get into Karametra as soon as we can, which Ancient Tomb will help us with. I'm hoping the Aura Shards is going to do some work for us, because Bruna is... Yeah, we'll just get that down tapped. Bruna is another Aura / enchantment commander. Flying with Vigilance, 5/5 for 6 mana. Whenever she attacks or blocks, you may attach to it any number of auras on the battlefield, and you may put onto the battlefield attached to it any number of aura cards that could enchant it from your graveyard and or your hand. So very powerful commander. We'll just probably go for a tap land from the Flooded Strand. At the end of our opponent's turn, well, our commander is Karametra, God of Harvests. This is an Enchantress build of her. A 6/7 for 5 mana with Indestructible. And you need devotion of 7 or greater to white and green in order to have her become a creature. And then whenever you play a creature, you are allowed to search your library for a forest or a plains and put it into play tapped. So most of the time, while we're playing Karametra, she is an indestructible 6/7, and she also counts as an enchantment, so whenever we have enchantments and creatures on the field that trigger off of enchantments entering, most of which are just card draw, and I think that's one of them now. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, create a 4/4 angel. So that's exactly one of the things that I was talking about. I think we'll go for Savannah here. Then get down Aura Shards. Next turn we can go for Sigil of the Empty Throne. And then probably go down for Karametra after that. No, we need white. So I don't imagine they're all that happy about seeing Aura Shards. But there is a white enchantment for 2 mana. I think we've got it in this deck that gives your enchantment Shroud. So our opponent might get that down. Okay, so just making aura spells cost 1 less with these two might be an issue for us, but we can get down Sigil of the Empty Throne, thankfully. Which means next turn we can either go into Karametra or Nyx Fleece Ram. I think we go down Karametra, and then when we cast the Nyx Fleece Ram the turn after, we'll at least get a land off of it. Our opponent is a couple of lands off their commander, so hopefully we can get a few angels into play before they manage to start going off. They only have 4 cards left in hand, but they are dealing us some damage. Okay, that's not awful. Why don't we just go for Karametra? And our opponent only has 1 blue source, so it's less likely that they will have a counter. And luckily, Aura Shards is a May ability, so we can say no to it. And we are 2, 4, 6. So if we get down the Nyx Fleece Ram, that will turn Karametra into a creature, because we'll have 7 devotion to green and white. And next turn, if we go for Nyx Fleece Ram, not only will we get an angel, but we'll also get a trigger from Karametra. And spells that we cast are going to cost one more. Which is, yeah, this is a commander all by itself. Grand Arbiter Augustine IV is a very, very powerful commander and a bit of a pain to play around. Okay, Monk Idealist might be useful later. I think we'll get down the Maze of Ith while we don't need the mana. We'll at least start trying to gain back some life here. We're not always going to yes to the Karametra because we don't necessarily always want to shuffle our library. And I'm getting down the Dryad Arbor because I don't want to draw into it next turn, or, well, in any turn during the game when we're desperate for a mana. That's effectively a tap land. So what we'll do here is put some pressure on our opponent. We'll swing in with the Angel and the Karametra. I don't think they'll block with any of these things, so we'll just deal a big 10 damage to them. And that is commander damage we're dealing. Another 3 hits from Karametra, and they are on commander damage, no matter how much life they gain. But their auras are going to cost next to nothing now. So if they get down, I don't even know if they need, I can't say I've played against Bruna all that much, so I don't know if they even need their commander. But any auras that they surely have in hand will be really easy for them to cast now, because it will cost them a whole lot less. It looks like our opponent's just deciding what to do, so I'll just skip forward for a second, unless they're going to play something right now. They are, so they get down their Bruna. That's Flying and Vigilance. So I might have to start holding up Angels. We do have Maze of Ith, luckily, so unless they get Shroud or Hexproof onto it. Do we want to... That's a pretty risky play. But it does put a lot of pressure on them. I don't think... that's risky. I don't want to do nothing, but... yeah, we'll try it. Like I say, it's a pretty risky play, but... oh yeah, and it costs one more, thanks to Grand Arbiter. So we at least get an Angel out of the deal. And we'll just target Karametra, just in case we accidentally hit yes. And then we can go for... yeah, we'll go for that. And if they want to block with Bruna, then that's fine. We're at least getting a lot of damage across. So they're going to have to do something next turn by the looks of it, if the board stays as it is. Oh, it's when it blocks as well. Yeah, I missed that. So they can actually get some auras onto it more quickly than I realised. This is assuming they have any in the hand. They might not even have any auras in hand, which would be great for us. We can just go all out next turn. I don't think Nyx Fleece Ram has Defender. No, it doesn't. So it's pretty reliant on what we draw into next turn, really, but we can just swing in with Karametra and some Angels. And hopefully Maze of Ith will be able to keep Bruna away from us. Yeah, so they are scared of the aura shards. So imprisoned in the moon, they'll actually be able to make use of, thanks, and this is what's so risky about opalescence, is that they wouldn't have been able to target that unless it was a creature, which it is thanks to the opalescence, so they managed to deal with aura shards for now. But they still have some big creatures to worry about. 4 cards in hand. Okay, going for a single mana Cyclonic Rift on an Angel token. If they have to use Cyclonic Rift, I'd rather they did it for the 2 mana. So that's fine with me. And now swinging in with Bruna, this might just be some free damage. It might be a means of getting an aura onto her. And they actually get down Battle Mastery, giving it double strike. Wow, that's something. Thankfully, we do have Maze of Ith to keep this away, and they have Ghost Quarter for us. But luckily, we've already activated our Maze of Ith, so that will still keep it from coming through. But that is a worry for us now. We can get down actually, we won't do that. We'll swing in with everything here. And if they decide to get rid of the Sigil of the Empty Throne, we can get it back with the Monk Idealist. Okay, and Bruna going to trigger again. So we are going to get some damage in here. And our opponent needs to hope that they have a means of killing us pretty quickly, because they're going to have to be blocking again next turn. We're going to go back for the Nyx Fleece Ram, and that will get us another Angel. And that will of course cost 3 mana thanks to the Grand Orbiter Augustine. We can play around it pretty well because of Karametra giving us so many lands. Now every time we cast a creature spell we get to ramp, which is good for us. Could have got out the Avacyn Pilgrim as well, but didn't want to tap down the Ancient Tomb because we might be looking at some lethal damage here with Bruna. 3 cards left in hand. They are on 16 commander damage, so if we hit them again with Karametra, they're going to die to commander damage even if they gain a lot of life somehow. So what they need to do is buff Bruna. And this is Unquestioned Authority. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted creature has protection from creatures. So not only can she deal massive double strike damage, but she doesn't die herself in combat. And she has vigilance, so she can deal massive damage to us and hold herself back as a blocker as well. So now the question is, I think we just take the damage because we want to swing in with that Angel and really add some pressure. They can block an Angel there, and then Karametra, and then the Sigil, and then we get the Nyx Fleece Ram and the Monk Idealist through. So yeah, it was the correct thing to do to hold back that Angel. Clearly they don't have any removal in hand, so all we had to do was turn everything sideways next turn, and we managed to get through. But we at least got to see the risky nature of Opalescence, because they did get to imprison the moon, the Aura Shards, because it turned into a creature. They wouldn't have been able to do that otherwise, and Aura Shards would have done a lot of work for us, getting rid of the Battle Mastery and the Unquestioned Authority, to say the least. So, hope you enjoyed that. Karametra versus Bruna. I'm tribalkai on the EDH channel. Thank you for watching.